Greetings, one and all. Hope you're all doing well. I request all of you to stay safe in your homes. Do not go out until it is really important or if it is an emergency. But please do not waste your time. Time is precious. Take time to do something productive. Spare at least 5 or 10 minutes of your time for me every day for the next 21 days, which will definitely benefit every one of us, especially for the young generation. So let's go ahead and get started with the first topic of 21 Days Challenge. Let me tell you this first. I did not have a plan to what are the topics that I should be talking about until I sat down and thought about it for a while. While the whole world is under stress and worry these days, I think it is important to talk about communication. Our government authorities are communicating. Medical departments are communicating. And we need to understand this communication. If we do not understand this communication, we may end up putting our community at risk. And I don't think none of us want to be a part of this problem. So before we start talking about communication, let me tell you that I love sharing my knowledge. I believe that when we teach, we learn. We all are lifelong students. We learn until we die. So I was thinking of doing a video to the public from what I've learned. We all live in a world of perceptions. Every person in this world has their own perception. Perceptions are even there for the proven theories. So the first thing that we need to understand is that if I'm talking on a subject, I'm talking based on my perception. As I mentioned earlier that I love to share my knowledge, the subject that I selected to share today is communication. And I'm planning to do videos part by part on various topics related to the communication. In this particular video, I'm going to start with the general overview of communication. So what is a communication? What is communication? First of all, let's get started with understanding the origin and the meaning of communication. So the word itself derived from the Latin word communis, which means common. So communication is common, it's very common, right? To understand communication, it is easy as it itself is common. In simple words, communication is passing or exchanging information by different means. We all communicate daily. Nothing is possible without communication. So the communication is the key. It is everywhere. It existed since the beginning of this universe. Babies cry to communicate. Animals communicate, trees and plants communicate. So what I'm trying to say is the language is not a barrier for communication. If you're passing an information and the information that's been delivered was understood by the receiver, you are a good communicator. We all have a perception that communication can only be done through language. We can communicate without languages. For instance, the signboards. Let's look at a signboard. Let's look at a signboard where they say no parking, right? So when you see the signboards, you know that you are not supposed to park there or you will be fined if you park there. It doesn't tell us anything. It's just a signboard, but we understand, right? It is a type of communication that we do. However, if you want to communicate effectively, that's when you need a language. So based on my knowledge, there are 5 means of communication. So it's verbal, non-verbal, written, listening, and visual. So these are the 5 means of communication. I'm going to explain the 5 means of communication tomorrow. Let me ask you this, did you all get notification for this particular video? If not, make sure that you click on the bell icon next to the subscribe button. So goodbye until the next video.